So I've got a reminder for you today that we probably should all remind ourselves of more often. And the reminder is very simple. It's do not negotiate with your mind. Don't negotiate with your mind. And I've shared this a few times, but I'll share it again here because it's relevant. Every morning for the last 6 or 7 years, I would say, I've taken a cold shower. And on the mornings when I take a warm shower, I always finish it with at least a minute or two, more often about 3 minutes of cold water, as cold as the shower will go. I never, as a rule, get out of a warm shower. I always, always, always finish with cold or just take the entire shower cold. And every morning, even though it's been years that I've been doing this for, every single time, there are thoughts in my mind that say, well, we don't really need to do a cold shower. We can just do a warm shower today and like it'll be fine and it's not that big of a deal. And what does this really matter anyway? And every single day I have the same thought. It's, I am not negotiating here. This is not a conversation. I say we do this, so we do it. And I crank that shower as cold as it'll go and I stay in, okay? And the one thing that I actually do as a side note, I'll stay in past the impulse to get out. Okay, so every single time that I take that cold shower, there's, if you've taken a cold shower, then you know what I mean. The freezing cold water hits your body. You kind of go into this like momentary shock and then you kind of acclimate to it. And then there's this wave of impulse that arises, let's say around 30 seconds or a minute or whatever it is, where your mind will say, okay, that's enough. I can get out now. I always make sure that I stay beyond that point. I allow that impulse to die back down and I acclimate once again to the cold water. And those are 2 points where my mind is trying to negotiate out of doing this uncomfortable thing. And there are moments throughout all of our days where we have these opportunities to negotiate out of doing what we said we were going to do and what we know is best for us to do. And in those moments, this reminder is to not negotiate with yourself at all. Don't bend the knee to the mind, okay? You do not need to do this. And there was a pretty famous Kobe Bryant interview where I've watched this several times for myself as a reminder, where he was saying that the one critical characteristic of the people who go on to do great things consistently over time that separates them from people who don't do great things or maybe do great things but in an inconsistent way, the one characteristic is that they don't negotiate with themselves. In the morning, when the alarm clock goes off at 5:30 or 6 and you got to work out on the schedule and these thoughts inevitably come up in your mind about how comfortable the bed is and how nice it would be to sleep for another hour and a half and how this one workout in the big scheme of things, how much does it really matter anyway? Your ability to not negotiate, to cut those thoughts off, or just allow them to continue while you go about doing exactly what you know you need to do, which is get out of that bed, put on your training gear, and get to work. Your ability to not negotiate when those thoughts arise is going to ultimately lead to you doing great things consistently over time. And this is my reminder to you once again, do not negotiate with yourself. The thoughts may arise. Don't give them any importance whatsoever. If you know there's something that you need to do, then do it. No negotiation whatsoever. All right. So I hope this little reminder was useful to you. It's been useful to me over and over and over again. And I will see you in the next one.
Hey, it's Taylor. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you did, the best thing to do right now while it's fresh in your mind is to head over to deepgame.com and join us in our free masterclass. Now, this is where you'll learn all 8 laws of the deep game and all of the fundamentals that you need to know about the part of basketball that's played with the mind. We've had players call this the best hour of basketball learning of their lives, and it's completely free right now. So head over to deepgame.com to join us, and I will see you there.